And we'll get it underway then. This is the 200 and... he checks his notes. Baffled. 206th punishment game. I feel like I've been racking up a lot of punishment games lately. How could this be? Well, doesn't matter how it came to be, I still need to deal with it. I've failed plenty of my weekly one-shots of late. In any case, this one is ASA Remastered, a space adventure. A tribute game to Myst and its ilk, as far as I could gather from the Steam store page, and this is what we're subjected to for about 2 hours, courtesy of Jetpack123, because I failed to do the weekly one-shot for Killing Room. That game was god-awful. I actually threw in the towel at about 2 hours, because I'd rather spend 2 more hours on a punishment game than potentially 5 more hours of that horror. Should have been switched, frankly. That game should have been the punishment game. But that doesn't matter, I picked it, and now we're here. This game is a very awkward resolution of 1920 by 800, so it looks a little strange for the stream setup. But that's okay, we will adapt. It's probably what we're good at. Apparently this one's 100% on me, according to Zingus. I'm being asked how the Philippines are. Well, I assume they're okay. I'm not there yet. I fly out tomorrow, meaning this is our last stream here in Hungary. At least for a wee while. I'll be over there for... well, I don't know for how long, because I just booked a one-way ticket, but I imagine I'll be there for 3 to 5 weeks to assess whether or not I want to go and live there instead. But that's a story for another time. Let's get going with this one.
Wake up. I have received a lot of unknown data, and a person of unknown identity is walking in our direction.
Okay, none of that made any real sense to me, but maybe it didn't have to. This feels a lot like Control, so I'm going to start that timer. We're only obliged to give punishment games about 2 hours of our time. Is that really an obligation? Well, it's something I do for myself, but it'd be very unfair just to go, no, I've seen enough and pack it in already. I've only done that a couple times in the past. But here we are.
It looks like you need a square object here.
Aren't you a square object? I did just pick one up. I have inventory, but all I have is a laser gun that I use to shoot my own life support line off. So what is this? Is that RimWorld Anomaly golden cube thing? Heavens knows. Rainy says they're already hooked. Unlike our astronaut. Alright, what's going on then?
The door is locked. The door is locked.
Okay. In that case, we open the door by putting in a line. No, then I'm all out of ideas. What else do we have? We have information. Person goes in tube when you put square into thing. If you want to go to fizzle area, put in that paradoxically shaped fork thing. Can't seem to pick up the notes over there. Seems to be entirely mouse controlled. Not sure I'm keen on that, but I suppose it doesn't matter what I think. Maybe I can use gun on most things. Whoa, something really disorienting about that. Alright, what can we ascertain from this anyway? And why is it kind of repeated over here? Maybe there are multiple of these. Can I use you? Ooh. Fancy? Oh no, no, I did not sign up for reading.
2011.
Thank
But
God.
your current system date is set to 2057. The title is A Space Adventure, and it has been recorded by a French astronaut called Philippe Forte. I have found both audio and text data.
Friday the 21st. Today, something unforgettable happened. While I was working on the old Cobalt 5 satellite for the CSE,
No, skip to the end.
Sunday the 23rd. I don't know where to start the story. So
It's a very American sounding Frenchman here. Photo taken via Cobalt 5 module for lost consciousness, radio out of use, I'm all alone. Sounds pretty good. Let's get out of here. Why do you hate reading so much? Reading puts me to sleep. If I have to read a lot of text, my eyes get very heavy and I feel very drowsy. That's not something within my control.
This teleport pod is
Out of service, very good. So somehow we've traveled 46 years into the future, if I was counting that right, which I may not have. I thought that might get me away into here, but it seems not. There are many buttons, none of which seem to open up the door for me. The golden age of games manuals were a time of horror for Jing. No, those manuals had lots of nice pictures in them, so it could break up the monotony of reading. Oh, am I going to have to go through this for information? Possibly. Can I just shoot it? It would seem not.
This teleport pod is out of service.
What about the note thing? Ah, now I can pick up the note thing. Now we're talking. Screeds that I cannot read, thank goodness for that. And now there are pictures, of course. Are we going to take this with us? Or am I going to have to, make notes? All right, let's scribble this down. Well scribbled. Pondering if there's anything I'm meant to do in this starting area here. I can look down at my feet, but...
It looks like you need a square object here.
The only object I have is gun. Maybe gun is square enough.
It looks like you need a square object here.
Sadly not. Advanced intellectual exercises are hard on atrophied muscles. Is the brain a muscle? The brain is an organ. Are the eyes muscles? No, muscles control the eyes. Eyes are also organs. Well, I see we're at the very start and I'm already stumped. That's a great start. Maybe I'm going to have to listen to what the Frenchman has to say.
The door is locked.
But there's also the idea that maybe I need to pay attention to what this is all about. Let's get rid of that. Is there a way to stop this from automatically opening Overview and Friends? I really do not want those here. I want my recordings and screenshots. I is I. But what is this? It's just line. If line is line, then what do you want me to do? I already have no idea. Oh, I did not notice these scratchings here, though. Counting the days since I arrived on the Ark. 1 week already. So what kind of counting is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that is 7, then that is 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, so 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 7. Okay, we've been here for a while. Assuming that's us and not somebody else. Perhaps I shouldn't be so hasty to make assumptions. They make an ass out of you and me, you know. What is this aspect ratio? 1920 by 800, Acronymus? So this also means a week? I might have to re-listen to this stuff. I don't want to, but... Or maybe I'm not even given a choice. Right, let's speed read.
This is a diary.
Teams, repairing, stupid radios, arrival, I saw it, a cube, intriguing. Emitting strange radiation, dangerous, dizzy, faint. I woke up, did I die? Leave this world. All morning, unknown place, spaceship. I'm wrong, spaceship, arc, strange structure, impressive quality. Quantity of data, not just any kind of knowledge of all living things. Computers I've studied, civilization, Antarans. Antarans built the Ark. Did you live the same kind of experience I had? Were you teleported here? Everything is crazy. Translation problem prevents me from writing everything, but also blah blah blah. Don't know where to start the story. Take your time, assimilate. Try to find your way on the Ark. Keep the cube, it'll be very useful, more than helpful. Knowledge transmitted, don't lose it. Exploring, finding clues, something important, still to understand. Confirm, teleporter room is right here. Best to leave the Ark, predefined destinations, impossible to get back. Teleport seeds, small cubes to function. These dice are made of the same materials as big ones.
Tuesday the 25th.
Activate 2 things. And then we have this, but where's the cube? I do not know. What's this other thing? That's the options menu, which I hit with escape anyway. Okay, but what in the world do I do?
This teleport pod is out of service.
Switch to French, maybe it'll read faster. You might not be wrong with it, that one. But then I'd have to be listening to French along the way. I don't think I want to do that either.
The door is locked.
Okay, but how do I open the door? There is a line here and then a bunch of other things, but I can't see any indication of how to know what to... Oh! I did indeed not have all the information.
It seems to be part of the code. 5 lines. I'd say it has 5 digits.
Yes. The digits are 47814. 478. You know what? This is what pen and paper was invented for. I do not have a short-term memory. That number will not last even a few seconds in my head. And grab my rapidly filling up streaming notebook full of Nancy Drew puzzle solutions and RimWorld notes, and Avorion notes are still even on this. Wonder what game I'll be playing while I travel. Because it might be Avorion. Depends how hungry I am for that, although I also installed X4 on my laptop. Right, so the number we have is 47814. Now, what do we do with that information? Are we meant to consider these numbered 1 to 10? In that case, maybe the 4th one, 7th one, 8th one, 1st one, 4th one? Or maybe we're meant to think about it another way? I'm not entirely sure this tells me much, although it does look like... hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. So 4 is the weird fork thing with a 7 coming out of it. It's not confusing at all. 7 is... I don't freaking know. Maybe I meant to combine these shapes in a way. 1 is just the line 1, and if I know that thing is the prong with a 7 again... Let's back away in case we need to redo it from fresh. So I know we start with you, but we don't know what 7 is. Or 8 for that matter. Would this be considered 6, 7, 8? I don't think so. But it might be that these things get a little bit combined. No, why would that be? Because you get a little 7 thing attached there. I'm gonna go with 7, 8, 1, 4. I don't know how that giant brain of mine fits inside my head. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, I will concede. What have we here?
I am unable to determine the source of this blinding light.
Who is even talking to me? I feel like we skipped some steps here.
We cannot do anything here. It's too dark.
Right, and in this glorious space future, we didn't think to pack a torch.
An error message.
Is that good old Microsoft Samantha? I don't recall her having a name. But there are many things I don't recall. Right, so numbers and shapes are also colors, apparently.
This must have something to do with the device on our left.
We can't be sure about that. I don't know how you know so much, Samantha. Seems like valuable information, though, so let's take a wee shot. Ooh, smartphone. Or maybe it's an iPod. Oh no.
Tuesday the 8th. It has now been more than a month since I arrived by teleportation from the cube. I wonder what the CSE thinks of my disappearance. What do they tell my wife? And you, Lori? What'd you say to her son? Strangely, my previous life doesn't miss me.
Let's test this theory, shall we? En français, s'il vous plaît.
Tuesday the 8th. It has now been more than a month since I arrived by teleportation from the cube.
Ugh, what a crock of merde. Right. My French reading skills are gutter tier, so let's keep it in English, shall we?
Tuesday the 8th. It has now been more than a month since I arrived.
Family, happy, absence, old friends, guilty,
what the
terror,
CSE thinks
location,
of this
body, dreaming, tears,
What do they tell my
light,
wife?
breath, lying, top face, closed
say to her
eyes,
son?
night sleep, many occasions, diary, fearing.
Strangely, my previous
Has to be
life
written,
doesn't-
changing. Alright, next.
It all happened after that night I took the cube near me. I'm doing so again and again, night after night. It's become a ritual. Sunday the 20th. Today, I successfully hacked the computers that had been blocking me. It was actually quite simple. It's in these precise cases that I mostly understand how much I've progressed. When I think of the potential of the Ark in its entirety, it makes me want to visit all the planets of the universe to distribute this storm of knowledge. It would suffice to leave one single cube in each world to change the face of the universe. Well, it's probably better to let time take its course. I'm sure the interns didn't plan to intervene in any way. Monday the 21st. I found a kind of optical apparatus with colored lenses. It brought back when I received a similar device as a gift. It introduced me to light perception and color addition. It looks like I'll get to refresh my knowledge on how the light spectrum works. My uncle had these fascinating glasses that decompose a light spectrum into a kind of a rainbow. I never had the chance to study this in my physics lessons, and I could never really figure out how it's possible the white light was made of various colorways. Then I decided to make up for lost time. I dedicated a room for the study of this matter. Friday the 25th. A disturbing event has required my full attention. An unknown humanoid arrived in the Ark. He knocked me out while I was trying to communicate and started to explore the ship. When I regained consciousness, he was already about to leave and had taken one of the cube computers. I presume he was a thief, and he was able to enter because I deactivated the airlock securities a few days earlier. I didn't imagine that malicious people were spying on me, just waiting for the chance to act. Sunday the 27th. Last night I had dreamed of a new planet. Was it a vision shared by the cube? I think I'm going to try to find its coordinates. The vision I saw seemed quite paradisical. A desert island surrounded by a turquoise ocean. Looks like it's time to go on a holiday. Monday the 28th. An unknown ship flew past the Ark and I feared it was the thieves again. By chance, they only seemed to use their weapons on very rare occasions. I reactivated the securities in the airlock, though now I have no way to get outside directly. Or at least they won't get in either. There's no way the Ark can land on the vast ocean I saw, but moving in close to the planet should allow me to teleport.
Alright, let's hope there's not too many of these, but the UI seems to suggest there will be plenty. Bizarre Frenchmen in space. Why were they allowed in space? Right, 2 computers, 2 rooms, server PC, server room, other one in PC room. How to log in has been found on server PC. The username is Platon. And the other one, the username and password will be under your eyes. If you're leaving helpful notes, why are they so unhelpful? So it looks like light is shining through to make something here. Am I meant to interact with it? Possibly. Maybe I put something on that later on. What? I'm curious, Jake, what's the longest timeout in a channel? I have no idea. I don't keep track of such things. I keep track of plenty of things. Clearly not long enough. Maybe that was a mistype. Should have been 100 days. You need to stop typing when you're having a stroke. Ah. Lines. Lightened lines. Ah, crumbs. Well, I am sure I don't care what's going on here.
My point is that you must touch the colored wall 6 times, and only 6.
Light and then 6 of these things equals light. Ah, that will enable a light. But which light and why? I guess it will turn on this. No, that doesn't make much sense either. I guess we hit that and then hit this, but what order do we hit? I guess we need 6. Perhaps we need to make a color here. It equals this plus 1, so the next color.
This must have something to do with the device on our left.
To enable that, I need to create the 9th color. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, I don't know. Leaving now, goodbye.
This way leads to the central room.
Is that where I came from? Maybe. This is very disorienting. That's where I just was, no?
This is the entrance to the bridge.
Ah, the bridge sounds good. Take me home. Right. Ow. My poor eyes. What was that meant to be? Alright, let's not engage in whatever this is. Good lord, this is cryptic nonsense. Enough to make one appreciate Nancy Drew games. You can see why the Myst-like games certainly died out. I played Myst, but it was a long time ago and I'm certain I did not complete it. If I recall well, I found a way to make Myst run on the PSP.
And nothing else.
Or it was ported to the PSP, or the DS. Either way, I definitely played it when I was on my binge of playing everything I could on the DS and PSP. Now, surely it had a release. Myst would be well suited for the Nintendo DS. Is it enough to want to appreciate Coronation Street? I need no aid appreciating Coronation Street. Oh, hello. Oh, bollocks, here we go again. To preempt him yawning in, I also appear to have lost my cursor. Ah, found you again.
Saturday the 2nd. I visited a new planet today. Because it's uninhabited, I decided to give it my name, Planet Forte. I realized it was not referenced in any of the Ark's computers. That's strange because it's my cube that gave me the coordinates of my dream. Whatever. I went there and fed it all for my taste. First thing I did was enjoy the sea. The sun seems to always be shining here, and the water's really hot. There are a lot of small fish, but no trace of any dangerous aquatic creatures. I was a bit worried at the beginning to encounter an alien shark or a giant octopus, but there's really no danger. Sunday the 3rd. Nothing better than a Sunday on a paradise island. The ground here is made of a strong gray rock, and it hurts a little when you're barefoot. That's because of the asperities, but also the heat of the stones. I started to feel alone. I didn't bring the cube with me. Wednesday the 6th. Back on the Ark. Its bridge is amazing. I like its ambiance, even if the place is quite dark. And the most interesting thing is certainly this device which moves the Ark from one point to another in space. You choose your XYZ coordinates on a kind of grid, and then you just watch through a window to instantly see your new destination. Most of the time, if you don't have specific coordinates, you just see the space, and a few stars shining in the snowman's land. Monday the 11th. When the cube gave me my first planet coordinates, I was amazed to discover the Ark could move. Thus, 2 months ago, I encountered a people on planet Kepler. I called it planet Kepler because of the famous astronomer of the same name. He did a lot of research on the universe and associated some planets with regular polyhedrons. In particular, he developed a theory based on platonic solids, from tetrahedrons to icosahedrons, including the regular hexahedron alias cubes. He also made a link between these solids and planets, and more specifically, between cubes and planet Kataif, formerly known as Saturn, which is near Terra. Kataif has a huge ring around it, and so does the planet I called Kepler. On top of that, I have good reason to think that the black material that this cube is composed of comes from the mines of this very planet. Tuesday the 12th. I went back on Kepler. I had to deactivate the airlock securities once again from the control room, but I don't really fear intruders while the Ark's landed on this planet. I was soon greeted by the 3 Keplerians who once helped me to find water. Nishi, Tosh, and Aku live in the village I spoke of before, and they're almost my age. It's not surprising we became friends very quickly. Tosh and Aku are experienced hunters, and both these strong young men are good help when I need repairs on the ship. Nishi is probably one of the most beautiful women I've ever met. She's smart, and funny, and if it wasn't for Lori, I might have fallen for her. Tuesday the 19th. I convinced my 3 friends to come with me on Planet Forte. They were not really interested, given excuses of various chores, so I had to insist. When they discovered the turquoise landscape of Forte, they couldn't believe it. They had never seen a blue sky. On Kepler, the atmosphere is always reddish, and the water quite dark. On top of that, the Keplerian village is surrounded by a mountain barrier, beyond which extends a vast desert. Wednesday the 20th. This night, I didn't bring the cube, but I felt at peace. Was it due to the presence of my friends? When the sun rose on the horizon, I had decided to include them in my plans. The idea was to build a cabin where I could study the cube undisturbed, so I asked Nishi, Tosh, and Aku for their help. I knew they were experienced because their people used to make their own houses on Kepler. I was relieved when they agreed. They even told me it was a good idea because they didn't like the idea that I was alone on the Ark and they couldn't welcome me in their village because of their rules. Monday the 25th. We've been very busy building my house on Forte. There's still a lot of work, but we've decided exactly what to do. Nishi is good at drawing things, and she made the sketches of my future residence. Tosh, Aiku, and I started to look for anything we could use for construction. On the Ark, we gathered various pieces of metal, and we even went back on the Cobalt 5 to get solar panels. Thursday the 28th. My idea of a small cabin was evolving from day to day. Because there were no building materials on the islands, we used things we got on the Ark. And honestly, I wouldn't have thought of such a place to live in. The cabin itself was quickly finished, but during my sleep, the cube gave me a vision of a dome to protect my home. Everyone enjoyed the idea, and we decided to make it. It's not surprising that Terrans had relations with the Keplerians long ago, because these people are really clever. They might look uncivilized at first, but they know a lot about the Ark and its mechanisms. Friday the 29th. I spoke with Nishi late at night. She wanted me to describe Terra, and then asked why I named them Keplerians. In fact, they call themselves Sivasnyamad, which means something like children of the ancestors. So I talked with Kepler, the scientist, and I came to speak of Plato too, the Greek mathematician and philosopher of antiquity. Well, we laughed a lot about the fact that I was pronouncing Platon instead of Plato. In my native language, French, the scholar was named Platon. At this precise moment, I was shocked by something huge. How is it possible these people were speaking the same language as me? And then I realized what really happened. I wasn't speaking in English to my friends. You speak the Nemad, said Nishi. It means I was speaking in a Terran, and it had been done all naturally. It's amazing. I was speaking a language that I totally ignored 3 months ago, and I didn't realize it. The cube is definitely a strange thing.
Oh, thank goodness it's over. Yeah, this guy is he's droning on and on and on. This game could have been a live journal. Right, 2011, 19, Nemad language, close to English, pronunciation is different, written, just replace the letters. It's like they're removing a line from many of the words. Maybe that's not quite it. Okay, well, I'm not interested. Get me out of here. I know, I'm simply stunned by the marbles of the cube, you see. I want my cube. Anyway, during all this yakety-yakking, there was one thing that I did do, and that was make note of the coordinates we got. Perhaps we can put it to use here. It was 4.2, 2.3, 6.1, assuming that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.1. Hey, it's even telling me to put it there. That's weird. Is it also telling me where to put you? No, that's a little less weird. Here's 0, 0. X is 4.2. 1, 2, 3, 4.2. And the Y is 2.3. 1, 2.123. Alright, let's go and see your sexy alien friends or whatever. What's your problem? You were going fine before. Maybe you need to switch X and Y. No, definitely not. It's always along the corridor, up the stairs. Although I suppose it's not inconceivable that we are approaching this from the wrong direction. It was happy enough to give me an error before. What if I completely switch things out then? Oh yeah, see now it's going foobar. But it won't actually move when I put in what is assuredly the correct coordinates. Maybe the center is 0, 0 and everything else is negative numbers. Ah, that's a consideration. Yeah, that would explain why it's centered here when we start. Let's give that a go. So 1, 2, 3, 4.2, and then up by 2.3. 1, 2.123. Oh, hang on. It's incremented a bit differently. Assuming that it goes like that. 1, 2, 3, 4.2 would kind of be there. And 2.3 would be 1, 2.3. So get you over there. And then let's set you to not... Well, maybe this is also centered on 0, and that would make even less sense. It goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, not high enough. So surely that is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.1. And this reset, magical. 1, 2, 3, 4.2. 1, 2.3. That isn't 6.2, Jake. No, it's 6.1. 1, 2, 3, 4.2. 1, 2.3. Let's get that right in the middle-ish bit here then. Thank you for resetting every time. 1, 2, 3, 4.2. 1, 2.3. I'm going to try one more time, and then I give up on you. That's okay, I'm very good at giving up. 1, 2, 3, 4.2. 1, 2.3.
Space, and nothing else.
Why? Why does it say 2? And then, oh, look at that. Well, that makes even less sense. Why is that the Z-axis up and down here? It is along the corridor and up the stairs, but it looks like Z starts here at 0, but then goes down positively? Oh, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.1. Come on. Not quite. But that's not quite it either. That's closer than the other thing, at least. Okay, and how about you? Y is, of course, up here, and it does seem to start here. So let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4.2. And then 1, 2.3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.1-ish. Yeah, I also do not understand when and why that button works at certain times. 1, 2, 3, 4.2. 1, 2.3. You're a real piece of work, game. It appears to be space and nothing else. Okay, well, I'm done with this room. It doesn't want to play ball, neither do I. Let us go elsewhere. Nancy Drew wouldn't abuse me like this. So we sit on the cube once more. There's the bridge that we couldn't suss out. There's the room with colors, which I don't want to suss out. What's this?
This is just a giant magnifying glass.
Of course. How could I be so blind? Ah, the hydroponics room.
This is just a giant magnifying glass.
What? What? Ah, I see, I think. The magnifying glass is magnifying that for reasons unknown. Whereas what I could do is go behind the magnifying glass and proceed on.
This is the entrance to the teleport station.
That's where I was prior. I don't think I'll achieve anything by going back there now.
This is the entrance to the greenhouse.
Yeah, it could be that everything is increments of 0.1 in a very big grid. I don't think I tried that, so perhaps once we're done here, we'll go out and investigate that line of thought. Yes, of course. Let's check out bird room.
Maybe you should drop something onto the Red Cross? That's a small microphone.
Well, the only thing I have to drop is my gun. Polly want a laser gun?
Maybe you should drop
Polly does not want a laser gun.
These are wood chisels.
And may I take it?
These are wood chisels.
No.
Behind the glass is a paradise for birds within a world of metal.
Yeah, simply cinemagical. What else do we get? Very jeweled looking bugs. Which I cannot take or interact with in any way. Anybody give me a bit of background on this game? When did it come out? Who made it? What's their pedigree? It seems like a kind of game Alpha Gamer would enjoy. He likes all this cryptic nonsense. Me, I do not. I like puzzles. But an inherent part of a puzzle is that you have all the information. Well, hello. All the information is here. A happy feasting bird will come down and play sweet music for you, which will open a door. But if it's too hot, the birds will die. What a shame for the birds.
I hope that you understand this, because I don't.
Okay, Samantha. What? Appears to be a grid, and these are the numbers or whatever that I've never bothered figuring out, and there's a coordinate of 3, -3 on it. What could it all mean? Ah, an audio jack. Good to know we're still using 3.5 in the mystical space future. Now that that's plugged in, we need only get the birds to make a noise, and then we will open this. However, the bird is going to want to feast upon something, meaning I need to pick something up and put it there. I would assume putting the bug there. Birds like to eat bugs. I don't think I'd mind eating bugs, but come to think of it, how are we even living up here? Where do we get our water? This game's a 2012 release. Okay, so a little bit late for the Myst craze, but maybe not too late for the Myst re-release craze. You're coming with me? No, we don't seem to be able to capture bugs. Do we need some kind of bug net or a jar? Or a Tupperware box?
You can take one of these red berries, but don't eat it.
Nobody tells me what I can and cannot eat. Well, I guess they can tell me, but I don't have to listen. Our first successful interaction. What an ungrateful piece of... Okay. Didn't make the happy open box noises. I don't know why taking these notes with me is out of the question. If it takes it and eats it and is happy, it'll open the thing. But perhaps I should make sure that it's not too hot. So perhaps I need to change the environmental controls a touch. Or maybe I need to prepare the little nibbly thing a bit better. Where were those controls? Yeah, look at that. Can't have horrible sunshine. This, we don't even know what it does, and this, I have no idea. Now it's nice and humid. Do birds like humidity? Do they even care? Many things I don't know about avians, because I'm not their biggest fan. Perhaps I need to... Maybe I need to chisel the seed open. I mean, there are other bits there that seem to be pre-opened.
These are wood chisels. These are...
It would appear not. Anything else I can do for these wee birdie buggers? Or again, maybe, just maybe, grab a bug for them instead. Turns out I'd rather be playing Draken. Perhaps these are the coordinates to this wonderful planet that there's a picture of. But even so, without the teleportals, I don't think I'd be able to get there. I wonder if these room puzzles are self-contained, or maybe I need to interact with what I have somewhere else. Honestly, this game seems to have a lot more heart put into it than the Killing What's It game. Oh yeah. Certainly feels like it. There were good intentions behind this game. It's just not really my kind of game. Alright, clearly I have been bested by the avian creature.
Behind the glass is a paradise.
And we still don't have a way to just take this bug, do we? Well, then I have no idea what to do here. At least we solved one puzzle today. One whole puzzle. Right, said I'd give the bridge a second shot. We're going to have a different interpretation of the grid here. Instead of thinking that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll say that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In that case, first thing I'll need is the Z-axis here. Of course, that's then saying that this isn't that, because if it was 1, 2, 3, if it wouldn't have space to put this anywhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.1. How did I muck that up so bad? How am I meant to be doing 6.1 here? That's more like 6.2. Maybe I wrote the coordinates down wrong. Oh, that got me something-ish. Let's hope there's some give on this. Anyway, half 1, half 2, half 3, half 4.2. And then half 1, half 2.123. Boom. Make it so. Freaking game. Sure looks like nothing.
Space and nothing else.
Hmm. 4.2, 2.3, 6.1.
When you gave me my first planet coordinates, I was amazed to discover the Earth could move.
Unknown,
Better the
unknown one.
I visited a new...
I don't want to listen to that guy talk anymore.
The door is locked.
Well then, I am fast running out of ideas on what to do here. But I'm sure we're all in this together. If people have brilliant ideas, I'm more than open to hear them. We're not in a challenge stipulation here after all. Okay, fortunately we haven't exhausted everything though. We have...
This is the entrance of the private room.
I could do with a private room.
The door is locked.
Oh. Well, it requires some kind of key, and guess what I don't have? Some kind of key.
This is the entrance to the maintenance room.
Very well then.
The door is locked. This is the entrance to the bridge.
Well, this is very unfortunate because now we have all the places.
I am unable to determine the source of this blinding light.
But we don't know how to solve any of the puzzles here. And what puzzles even are there? There's the use the coordinates thing, and we've tried it a few times and none of it seems to have worked. There's the color puzzle, which is probably the most promising puzzle if I put even a bit of my mind towards it. I don't want to, but I suppose I'd better. There's the... what is this again? This is the teleporter room. I can't think of any puzzle remaining there. I need to get a cube or something to pop into it to activate the teleportals. Hydroponics room. We haven't figured out how to make the bird eat the seed and play a little happy tune to open up the door for us. And then these other places we cannot enter. Well, I hate to admit it, but the color place is probably the best place to go right now.
We cannot do anything here. It's too dark.
How I wish that were the truth.
An error message. You can see the back of a huge multi-screen TV.
Perhaps there's something else around here?
This way leads to the central room.
Ah, okay. That just leads us back, so maybe this is the only thing to be done around here. Around the back of the TV area. Jake, I'd never accuse you of solving puzzles like an old lady. That sounds exactly what you're doing, Alik. Never did find anywhere to punch in this kind of stuff. Although we never did find a server room, did we? Prism, some cube things. The old iPod.
My point is that you must touch the colored wall 6 times, and only 6.
Okay, but which colors? I don't know. I'm not good at color mixing things. And to be honest, I'm not sure what I'm being asked to do here at all. Perhaps this is like an addition thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 is 1 plus 2 plus 3. That's not the case at all. That'd be 6. Unless these are not these colors. Although what would they be? That's 1, and that's 3. 3 and 4 make 7, so maybe this doesn't work the way I think. Is that even 7, though? Otherwise, why would that be a question mark? I think that's exactly what it is, so that might not be a 7. What is that? I don't remember the logic of the numbers at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think that's that, though. I think that's that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then that would make that 6. But then 1, 3, and 2 do make 6. So assuming that color is that color, and I will assume that.
I guess we must find the answer.
I guess we must. So here's a question. What's this? Which two colors mix together to make whatever that is? Honestly, I don't know. I think it's going to be red and blue. To my glorious eyes, it would make a darker color than that, but what do I know? Anyway, that's 1 and 3. 1 and 3 make 4. What? Hang on, are these both 3? Yeah, they are. That's 1, 2, 3, and 3. Why would they both be the same? How mysterious. Okay, well, purple equals 4. Might as well just write this down. So, purple equals 4, which I should probably say is equal to that weird fork with a 7 coming out of it. And I'll also say it equals a square. And to make the sun thing, we're going to need 4 plus 3 plus... What the hell is this? It's like blue plus white, is it not? If I had to guess, this is what happens when you mix blue and green? Is that true? Maybe. I can't visualize mixing these colors together. It's been many decades since I last played around mixing paint. I don't know, I mean, this looks like a color you'd get from mixing this with some white. In any case, I need to figure out this and then add 1 to it. So this is going to be, let's say 4, 5, 6, 7. Then whatever that value is plus 1. So it's 8 plus this. Oh, hey, Alpha. This game seems really up your alley. It's got that cryptic puzzle nonsense that you like out of, say, Sethian or whatever other nonsense you've been playing way too much of. Although at least this doesn't have tab out and go to Wikipedia to look up weird people from the 1800s. Color theory with numbers, according to Chick. Color theory, one of the many things that is not my forte. I mean, to some people this must be very obvious, but to me it's just, nope. Not in the slightest.
This must have something to do with the device on our left.
Don't worry, I don't think I'm going to be solving things at blinding speed that would spoil anything, Alpha. I have so far solved 1 puzzle in 1 hour and 5. And it wasn't much of a puzzle. Oh, hold on. We never needed to figure things out. We had all the information. If I want to make that kind of lightish blue, we mix blue with green. So this is 5. What do you call this color anyway? I'm just going to go sky blue. Sky blue. equals 2 plus 3 is 5. The number 5 is a weird wigwam thing, which is also equal to a square with a diagonal line through it. Awesome. Now we know that we need to get 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus 1, which is 7, and 5 is 12, and 1 is 13. We need to make 13 out of pressing 6 colorful buttons. We have access to 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. What confuses me is that we have the hands being a different color from the button. Very much confuses me. Oh good, I can't back out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I'm only meant to press this 6 times. Yeah, what confuses me ever so is that we have yellow and blue down here, right? Blue and yellow. But blue and yellow are the same value. 3 and 3. Unless that is actually that. It's got a little bit of a nub here. But I don't think that tiny nub is that, and that's way too explicit. But that still makes me wonder, why do they have the same value when I meant to press them down there? Maybe it doesn't matter as long as it adds up to 13. So how do we grab these and make it to 13? We can go 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1. 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1. Three, 3, 3. Ah, crap, which one was 2? I guess blue. Green, rather. 2, 1, 1. Hey, presto. We have now solved 2 puzzles. Wait, what's this even? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ah, this isn't the number of times you've hit the thing. It's the total value. It showed 6 earlier after I think I hit it 6 times. So maybe I hit number 1 6 times. Or maybe I just forgot what I was doing entirely. Point is, that's yet another puzzle solved. One of these days I'm going to put up some kind of puzzle counter, so we can bask in the glory of what we achieve in these runs. And by we, I mean the royal we. Me. How did this just appear here? Could we just not see it before? I don't read cursive. Oh, thank you.
Geometrical plan for the monolith. Weird name for a sculpture.
That's a sculpture. We go fun posting on our favorite image boards. Wait a second, this is totally not Final Fantasy VII. Is that trying to tell me that this number is 7? Ha 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 ha. Is this Mastermind? Yeah, see this kind of cryptic nonsense? Blah, not for me, not at all. Give me rules for a puzzle to solve. Give me Professor Layton, not Mist. Probably try and teach me something about keyboard layouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I keep forgetting that that's 5. Maybe I should... Oh no, I already wrote it down here that equals 5. Okay, fascinating. What do you do? I don't know. And I'm certain I don't want to know. Oh well, look at what we have here. The mind boggles. We were unhelpfully told that the password to log in will be right below our nose. Well, unless my gun can be used to solve this among other problems. And I think these are stuck here. Can't seem to interact with it at all. Perhaps I need to find some kind of wiring kit. Are you some kind of wiring kit? No, I think I meant to plug in some futuristic USB thing there.
It reads, P.Forte, CSC 2011. I think you need to log in. Don't ask me to hack it.
Well, good luck logging in when the keyboard has been snapped off. Are we having fun, asked Jake Loves? Well, I'm certainly not. But I suppose the clue is in the name here. This is Punishment Game, number 206. Not Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy Times, number, well, also 206 would be nice. Central area, how it goes off to everything else. Their numbers, wait, what? Why are they numbered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I should write down that equals 6. Tea thing and wigwam equals 6. Oh, does that make you number 7? Certainly does. We should have already learned the numbers by now. It was the first puzzle after all. But I did not assign that to even medium-term memory. But what use is this to me? I would dare to say none at all. Where's the weekly happy fun time? Oh, that'd be nice. Where is it indeed? Is there anything we can do here at all? There's a bunch of things to look at and rub our faces against, but none of it seems to be something we can interact with. Yeah, DDR is happy, happy, fun time, but it's dangerous. The reason I'm not doing it this week is I don't want to risk hurting myself before flying away. Took some real mental damage last time I played. Like really, really bad mental damage. Suddenly felt quite dizzy, had a headache, and clearly the damage was sustained because I ended up playing Genshin after that. Which was then preceded by stopping playing Genshin, so don't worry about it. Well, not too much at least. Am I meant to be able to read these words? We have been told a way to read this, but I am really not up for translating. Did I not take a screenshot of the how to translate? No, I guess I didn't. Oh, that's nice, Tarkin. I'm glad you're willing to take the risk of me hurting myself. That's just the write-off I needed. Yeah, we don't have the disc to play. What a shame. Yeah, I get this, but that's no good if I don't have a way to actually connect it up to my keyboard. Unless that's not even what I meant to do, and maybe I find a different keyboard that I meant to slam it into. That, or it's a certain type of keyboard that I need for this. Arrow, weird thing, arrow 1, infinity. Yeah, they're not doing it. And I would consider more about what to do with that information if I could in any way interact with the snapped keyboard thing. Currently, I cannot. The way is barred. However, hold your horses. I think there's somewhere else I can still go. Have we been over here? We have not been here. Give me the goodies. Oh, whoa, where am I going here? Oh lord, this is disorienting. Let's take it from the top, shall we?
Try to look down and use the enter round keyboard to enter the login and password.
No. Leave the translations to the N1 of our group. Oh. Oh, here we go. PC name is server PC. The username is Platon. Enter the username, press space twice, enter password, and press enter. Yes, but what is the password? Unless the password is password. But I am incredibly unwilling to do translations. Replace incredibly with entirely. We're meant to be grabbing something from the dark space between here? Ooh, well, would you look at that? It's not even one of the horrific colonial keyboards. It's got the big, fat, chunky enter key that my heart so desires. It also has a number pad, which I am loath to use a keyboard that doesn't have.
I've been programmed with a similar one.
I'm glad to know that. Alright, Taran QWERTY keyboard get. We are not doing Dvorak around here. And we're certainly not doing Azerty. Okay. WinCon has been achieved. Hold on, there was something about that plant.
God's geometrical plan for the universe. That must be a joke.
Please explain the joke. This is a historic reference that you learned in Alchemia. No, Alpha. Never assume that I've learned something. I may have observed it, but one does not learn unless they commit it to memory. And I assure you I did not commit anything to memory there. Yay! What do I want to do here? Oh, now this is Nancy Drew aside. What is is going on? In what way do these things change? Right, if I click here, what is the interaction? This is switching between these two, which is fine, but the moment I click on this a second time, blip. I do not know. Do I want to know? Looks like I didn't take a screenshot of the how to do wiring instructions. That's about to change right now. These are just yawns of engagement. So engaged. Okay, so here's how you bring it together with a QWERTY. You know what similar game to this that I'd much rather be playing? Mission Critical. There's another wake up, confused and dazed on a ship and have to follow cryptic instructions to continue on, but I'd say it was considerably better than this. Oh, hang on, do I need to make use of this information as well? Maybe. What? I think I need this information side by side with the other information. I don't think Steam is going to let me see these two bits of information side by side. Please, your omnipotence. I need to look at these two things together. And this is slightly too small resolution for me to see. Well, I guess this is what using it externally could be useful for. Don't worry, I'm just positioning this on my desktop. Bit of an advantage of this game being a weird resolutions. I have plenty of space for that. So... Yes, this is information we can use. This is information we can absolutely use. But I need... Oh man, why does Steam keep opening in the same window? I want two different windows with my screenshots on them, please, Steam. Two different windows. I guess this is where you go manage my recordings, right click, show on disk, and then not use Steam for this, but instead use... I don't even know what I use for images these days. What is this thing called? Image Glass is what I use for images these days, and honestly it's not that good, but it's better than Windows Photo View these days. Alright, I just want this information in my face. Good, there we go. Now we have all the information, I think. We know that the green is the kind of omega looking symbol, and that needs to go with the black. Blue is one... Wait, there isn't a blue on the left side. Wait, there is. This is kind of bluish. You need to meet up with the red one. Why does it change this way? I don't understand the order. Why? Don't do that. No, do that even less. Alright, so when I click on this, I have no idea which wire is going to be switched with what. And it is mega bamboozling me. Yeah, I'd imagine you'll click one and click the other to exchange them, but... Okay, well, at least you seem to be in the right place. Right, now, number 1. Get the red here. Not there! Okay, red is there. That's quite good. Blue needs to meet with a golden one. Okay. This might be fine. It is not fine. Let's see. Omega is green and goes with black. The blue on this side is the wavy looking thing, and it goes with a golden looking thing. Red is 1 and goes with the bluish looking one, and these two are all that's left, so maybe I just need to switch these two. Hey! We did not have all the information.
I think you need to log in. Don't ask me to hack it.
Okay, could we log in, please? Can't seem to interact with the keyboard.
I think you need to... It reads.
Oh, what was the purpose of that? I can't even interact with the keyboard.
I think you need to log in. Don't ask me to hack it. I think you...
Not gratefully, but I would log in if I could interact with the keyboard. Seems we're not allowed to do that. I feel like a fool for even attempting to solve this puzzle. Maybe the logging in needs to be done on the server PC. Don't you feel a small dose of accomplishment? Just enough to play more? Not at all. However, I feel a small sense of obligation. That's making me keep going for another 30 minutes at least. Alright, we have done everything else here, I believe. Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to proceed here unless I log in here using login and password, but we don't have the password. And setting aside the fact that I have no desire to do the translation here. Hang on, there were some other bits of cracks here to check. Didn't realize this was somewhere you could pan. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Looks like we got the only item here then. It hurts. Alright, let me clear away the images that I've got set up here. Enter username, press space, enter password, press enter. But what's the password? I'm told it's right under my nose, right? I think we had that information. On the server PC, the username is Playton. On the other one, username and password will be under your eyes. Is this server PC? This is server PC. Server PC is Playton. But what's the password? Also, how do we write Playton? I suppose that's a bigger question here. Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's go back to dealing with the birds. Less translation going on over there. Unless I can remember where we found notes about how to decipher this language. Can't remember where we found such things. Not sure I want to remember. Maybe it was in the bridge. Still don't know why the coordinate thing didn't work out. I mean, I'm good with coordinates. How did it not work here at all? We tried believing these are increments of 1, 2, 3, 4. We tried it with half 1, half 2, half 3. X, Y. We did the Z from top to bottom and bottom to top, and nothing bleeding worked. Yeah, the password might also be password. But then I'd still need to translate what password is, and I have no desire of doing that. No Wetter Doctor. I'm flying away tomorrow, so it didn't make much sense to do a long play vote. Stream times will be very uncertain whilst I'm over in Asia. This game seems like a really bad example of a really bad genre. It's hard to call an entire genre bad. And I'd even be loath to call this game bad. I don't enjoy it, but I have it on good assertion that some people like this cryptic nonsense. I watched Alpha play many hours of that Alchemia game. He seems to enjoy the aha moments. To me, the aha moments do not weigh up against the disproportionate amount of times of you just looking at something with no idea what they're even asking you to do. It's like all the most frustrating parts of a Nancy Drew puzzle. I mean, to me, the idea is get this thing chiseled first, because all the other ones are popped open cleanly, as if a chisel were used on them. But that's not currently an option. Can't take the chisel, can't use the chisel here. Even during this little segment, I can't grab it. If the password was password, and then there would have been a clue like the password is password, he and Jake would still be like, I don't understand. No, I am open to trying password. I am not open to doing the translation. Yeah, such great security on most routers that you get. It's always just admin as login and password. Easy to remember, at least. So this thing is plugged in. It will open up when the sound is made. I don't know why I can't just make that sound myself. And as we have ascertained, they will very happily go blah 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 if they get their little mitts on some nice food. They die in the heat, so I turned off the heat. The problem is there is another setting, or rather there's another dial on the thingamajigger for that, but there is no indication of what that dial does. It seems to be scribbled out. Did we ever try these coordinates, by the way? Did we ever figure out what these numbers are? That is a 6. It's a 6 on the Y. And then I don't know what that other sign means. It's like a hangman with a B on it. Oh, it's Jetpack themselves who put forward this fairly rancid mist impersonator. I'll let you know I've been having a very not fun time with this game. I've solved about 3 puzzles. Everything else has been banging head of frustration. Hang on, I just noticed something that I hadn't seen before. You. What are you? Absolutely nothing. It'd be too sensible to grab one of these bugs and feed it to the bird. Yeah, something worth noting about that. Is it gives us a number and it shows us where the dot is. Now, what can we ascertain from that? I don't know what this is meant to be. But that dot is 1, 2, 3 along. And gives us that. This number is 6. I don't know, because it's not showing us where 0, 0 is. 0, 0 would be very handy to know as a benchmark. I don't know, man. Cryptic nonsense like this just goes over my head. It's painful stuff. Good! I also had not a fun time with this game, says Jetpack. It was actually recommended to me by saying it gets good by the 3rd game. The 3rd game? They made more of these? I think discussion gives me a link to the store page. Just first note there. Some of these puzzles are designed strangely. The Simon Says Play developer. They've done ASA, Catif, Chile, Inside the Cube. Oh, here we go. Part of the Black Cube series of a space adventure. Also part of the Black Cube space adventure. Also, it's still not missed, but it's Good God, it doesn't end. Terrifying. I feel a little bad about this. I don't enjoy your games, but I always feel sad when I see games not getting recognition. There's got to be something for everyone out there. Please, I only have so much time, says Alpha Gammo. Time enjoyed wasted, et al. I have no idea what to do here, by the way. If chat has any ideas on progress, I'm all ears. Let's have a quick recap on what we do and don't know. From the central area, no less. Because regardless of progress, we're done in 20 minutes. Cannot enter these 2 rooms. This one requires a key. This one's just do not enter. We do not know how to feed the bird in this. The seed that we picked up seems to be the right start, but for some reason it's not interested. Do I need to open the seed or do I need to change the environmental controls? Can't figure out how to open the seed. I've tried various, although not exhaustive, changes on the environmental controls because the controls are scribbled out and we don't see what's going on with it. This is a teleporter room. I think we've done everything we can do there for now. We need to translate the server login and password, which I'm incredibly unwilling to do, and I've forgotten where the note on how to translate is. And the bridge. I have no idea why our coordinates are not working. So if anybody has anything to weigh on any of these, I'm all ears. Anything after this? Yes, Marvin. I would quite like to take another stab at the spire before I head away. This game is too hard to differentiate clues from nonsense lore and design, says Shia. Shia, you've always got such a negative stance on the games here. You should share some games you love. Maybe make it cold, but without the water. That's one idea. And since it's the only idea someone's putting in, let's give it a go. Environmental controls. Now, it did say the sunshine kills the birds, so don't use sunshine. But then we have these. This is one and none. I guess that's no water, and this is... I have no idea what. Pushing the button doesn't do anything, though. Maybe this is activating the controls themselves. That turns on water. What if we do it this way? That's still water. And then if we don't have water... I think that's making it very, very hot. It looks like it's either hot or watery. Doesn't sound conducive to keeping these birds alive. Oh, I'm not looking for hints, Tattoo. I'm looking for straight up how to progress here. Ah, you fool. Chisel the thing open. Look at these other ones that are nice and cleanly broken open. I could methodically try all the combinations of this. That's certainly an idea. Well, that's how I tend to approach problems. Bruiting and forcing. Go do them on YouTube like you do with Nancy. I suppose I could have taken a water break and disguised it as me not looking up the solutions, but nah. Nobody would believe I need a water break after only an hour 43. Now, Jake, giving you solutions wouldn't be in the spirit of punishment. Well, that's for you to decide, I suppose. So I'm going to try all the different temperatures here and see if that helps the wee birdies come out and actually eat the food. Because, hold on, doesn't that look open from here? Oh, way to get my hopes up, game. Yeah, that looks open to me, but it's one of those things where the box just renders in its door as we get closer. Star Control 2. Did I play that in the PSP? The name sounds familiar. If I did, it was terrible. Okay, let's increment a bit more. That's lovely and humid. Maybe it's just as well I get used to a bit of humidity before I head over to Philippines. It's going to be during the start of the rainy season as well, I believe.
Maybe you should drop something onto the Red Cross.
That suits me. I actually quite like tropical downpours, although I might not like it as much if I end up flooded. I'm used to it raining all the... Oh, okay, no, the game just decided to crash on me. Thank you. Right, how about we load it back up then? Game not happy with my brute forcing here. But when is this game ever happy? Oh my god, divine intervention. Something had to stop all this fun. Also, it's capturing the Steam window now instead of ASA. Window title must match. I should make sure that's on every time I do a window capture, because otherwise it'll just randomly grab another window. And maybe I don't want all the windows I have here grabbed on Steam. On stream, rather. Load me up, Buttercup. Maybe it wants you to refund. I've been refunding games a lot on Steam lately. I have a feeling Gabe would get on my case if I did it again. Right, so as I recall, we were on this one. It's a shame that Killing Room's memory leaking didn't happen more often. Then I would have happily just said inconclusive and turfed the game away. What are you hiding, Jake? Many more playthroughs of Knowledge or no, lady. Look on the bright side, at least you didn't buy the whole series. Now, why did you buy the whole series? I hope for your sake it was at least on sale. Alright, maximum whatever this gauge is, engage. And if this doesn't work, I don't know what will. We have explicitly been... Well, maybe not explicitly. We have implicitly been told not to turn on the heat, because the heat means dead bird. Maybe dead bird is good. Then they'll be even happier to get food. Alright, we have 12 minutes left, chat. Any bright ideas on what to do here? We've tried all the assumedly temperature settings with the humidity here. The bird does not want my seed. I have attempted to break it open.
These are wood chisels.
But the wood chisel is clearly only for wood and not anything else.
That's a small microphone.
The microphone is plugged in.
Behind the glass is a paradise for birds within a world of metal.
Can you shot the bird? I cannot shot the bird. This laser gun is only for shooting our own life cord off. What a mechanical looking bird.
Behind the glass is a paradise for birds.
Can't help being negative. I hate this game. I think it's willfully malicious towards the player, masquerading itself as peaceful and calm. No, I'm certainly not feeling at peace or calmed in any way. I'm feeling intensely aggravated. No, maybe not intensely. But you get that kind of restless, itchy feeling when playing a game like this, or at least I do. It's almost, what's that name when you're trapped in a tight space and you don't like the feeling for it? Claustrophobic feeling. God's geometric plan for the universe is a theory that all the inner planets are inscribed in plantonic solids stacked into each other, published by Kepler in the mysterious Cosmos something in 1621. I'm sure that's fascinating for somebody, but certainly not for me, Alpha. One sun... Oh, but we were told sun kills bird. Why would we then have to actually turn on the sun? One sun... 1, 2, 3, maybe? And this thing is on 0? I'll be very surprised if this worked. Maybe not so surprised, since Jetpack themselves given the answer here, but... the note that I got led me to believe that sun equals bad. Well, I'll be diddled. Why? Maybe a bit of a show of hands from chat? Most looks like I could do with a solidarity here. Does this not make you think that sun setting bad because bird die? So of course you would not turn on the sun. But the answer is do turn on the sun and then switch two other knobs that you don't know what they do to certain values. I suppose there is the number 3 with a ... up here, but that's so off screen, why would you take note of that? Anyway, what's our booty? Oh, God, no.
Thursday the 3rd. It's been more than 10 days since I have arrived on the Ark. The first days were full of wonder, but now it's time to seriously get to work. I've decided I'd stay as long as possible to study the installations. But anyway, I didn't find a way back home yet. But do I really want to go home? Monday the 7th. Do I really want to go back home? This very idea haunted me for the last 3 days. So do I really want to go home? Of course, Laurie and my son Jan would miss me a lot. But isn't my discovery more important than ordinary life on Terra? It must seem awful to say that. The Ark is probably the biggest thing humanity has ever discovered. Think of it. At last, it brings an answer to the eternal question, are we all alone in the universe? And moreover, there are these cubes and their properties. The black material has the ability to keep things in memory, to return them later using some kind of wave. Many scientists would kill to have something like that in their hands. Wednesday the 9th. I found the ideal place for me to bed down. It perfectly fits the definition of a bedroom. A place to sleep, some furniture, and the door can even be closed with a key. It's official. I'll make it my quarters. I still wonder if it's a compartment especially made for visitors. As I said, the Ark is a place to keep track of the passage of various civilizations through time. People's memories are somehow, well, stored in these cubes, kind of like a computer memory. Therefore, it's not surprising that sometimes on a very rare occasion, a living being finds the Ark and remains on board for a few days. After all, that's what happened to me. No, it's a cube that found me first. I mustn't forget it. There has to be a reason. It's like it was sent to me to bring me here. I have to investigate. Tuesday the 15th. I've been quite busy last week. First, I spent a lot of time searching the computers for answers, but found nothing. The trouble is that all these machines are password protected, and I wasn't able to hack their Cube OS. These workstations are old, and despite its technology, the Ark looks like a huge space station built by us humans. Another computer held a public session, which proved quite useful finally. In parallel, I went through my first trouble with food and water supplies. Thursday the 17th. Believe it or not, the cube suggested something to me. One of the areas of the Ark is supposed to store a large amount of water, but now it's almost empty. I have to find a way to refill it as soon as possible. The cube told me of another planet and gave me the basic instructions to visit it. Am I beginning to go crazy? Well, luckily it wasn't really a voice in my head. When the cube gives you some useful information, it's kind of like a transfer of data between two hard drives. Monday the 21st. The new planet was perfect for human habitat. The Ark landed by itself. I made my way out through the airlock, and then... shock. There were other life forms here. While I stood dumbfounded, unable to move, the natives ran away from me. However, when I walked into their village, I was met by an old man. He was actually waiting for me. According to their legends, these people used to trade with the Antarans, the creators of the Ark, long, long ago. I think I must have made quite an impression because they agreed to help me. Thanks to them, there's enough water on their ship to last indefinitely. They also provided me with a nice variety of plants, which were perfect to create a greenhouse. I tinkered with the old air conditioner, and now the place is so hot and humid that the bird species I've grown to care for is able to survive here.
Okay, well, thank goodness that is over. Yeah, I do like how this guy sounds so bored with what he's saying as well. Adds to the punishment for certain. Okay, anything else here worth my time? Letters that the game doesn't want me to read, photos it doesn't want me to look at, whatever this thing is. And you!
This memory card will translate Unraveling language into English.
Thank goodness. Simplified English, but that'll have to do. Now, can I use this? And then start using the computers. So my question is, how was one meant to solve the puzzle with the climate control there? What was the penny not dropping on for me to suss that out? This is not the room that I want. This is not my beautiful house. He sounded like every train station announcer I've ever heard. Dropping phonemes, monotone, quiet, breathless. Steady on now, I'm having such difficulty getting in here. Let's try playing Final Fantasy VII with the translator. Now, if I were to use this... No! Okay. Let's take another approach. Maybe what I need to do is slot it into somewhere like here. And then... Wow. Enter username, press space. Enter password, press enter. Platon. Space. I don't know what the password is. Private. Platon. Space. Personal. The username is Platon, right? There's a lot of different things we can put in here. Damn, couldn't get my own freakazoid going here. Last connected user is Forte. Of course. Now, if I had to guess, the puzzle here is that I need to actually use these pre-made entry things and then reduce them. For example, maybe the password is forks, and then we go forks, forksy. But without knowing the password, I'm in trouble. Yes, this is before Forte went over to Rune Factory 4 for remarkable improvement in what you star in. So what in the blue blazes is the password here? And thanks for all the cryptic nonsense. Well, we wouldn't have much of a game if it was all spelt out for us. But we might have an overall improved experience. Consider that. What were we told about the password? On server PC, the username is Platon. On the other one, the username and password will be under your eyes. Username and password will be under your eyes. Under my eyes. I just realized.
It reads P.Forte. CSC 2011.
That's under my eyes. I thought, my eyes are here. Maybe there's something I can see here. Alright, very well then, if you insist, game. Could I now enter the password? Alright. Username is... Maybe I can still be Forte, right? And then what was put in there? P.Forte. Is the password CSE 2011? No. Maybe it's Platon and then it's P.Forte space CSE 2011. Username and password will be under your eyes, yes. P.Forte CSE 2011. Yet another puzzle crushed on this game, that's for sure. Alright, separate commands with...
We have just found additional commands in this document.
I am beside myself with joy. Do you feel alone on your little planet? Over 8,000 friends are waiting for you. Become a member. It's free. It's amazing. It's better than life. You'll never be bored. Oh, on Facebook. I see where you're getting at. Help. Use the help command for additional... Yeah, okay. P.Forte need help. This will allow user Tita to run a program called NS Paint, located in the software folder. You know what? I could do that, or I could never play this game again. This is absolutely not what I enjoy. It does, however, make me oddly nostalgic for the likes of Myst. But the situation in which I'd want to re-experience Myst is watching somebody else play it, and that somebody else would have to be someone who very much enjoys Myst, so that one, they have a good time, that generally makes things more enjoyable to watch, and two, they blitz through the game rather than being hung up on everything, because good lord, this has been a painful exercise. We've even gone over the time. That is also not on. Ugh.